Hello, and thank you so much for joining us for our Made in Texas interview series. Merced Elizondo, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me, you guys. I'm stoked to be talking to you.
Why don't you start with telling us a bit about Manos de Oro and the story itself?
Yeah, so Manos de Oro is the story of Sergio, a former mechanic who is struggling with a crippling arthritis in his hands. There's a range of things that we wanted to make sure that we put into this film and into this story, chiefly among them mental health, right? I feel that mental health in the Latino community is incredibly stigmatized, and it's not something that we often find ourselves talking about. This is a character who's struggling with this condition that doesn't feel that he has the faculties and the abilities to ask his son for help and take a backseat to into the role that he has to forcibly be into now through circumstance. We wanted to put as much of that into this film as possible, tell a story about mental health and father-son dynamics and what that could look like, and just learning how to ask better questions of yourself so that you can be better for your family as a whole.
So, the film is shot in beautiful black and white. Can you talk about your choice there and working with frequent collaborator, your director of photography, Mark Regenton?
I think in pictures. As a writer, it's a little different. You start to hear the words in your head, but as a director, when you start to see images, you kind of just follow your gut and then go down that path, right? And for this, I only ever saw the film in black and white. You look at Jean-Luc Godard, Jean-Pierre Melville, Francois Truffaut, Agnes Varda. I mean, these are heroes of mine. These are people that I study and that I love and watch their films regularly. And it wasn't until this film that I felt like, well, yeah, I want to make this movie like the masters of before. I wanted to make a movie that was black and white, that was gritty, handheld. It was jump cutty, that honored that French New Wave. And for Mark and I mean, Mark, he shot all my movies, my last two movies anyway. And him and I have a great friendship. And I think it was natural for the both of us. The challenge was just natural, and it was something that we wanted to dig into. And yeah, we shot it on a red 6K camera in color, then converted everything to black and white digitally. And the result, I mean, I love it. It's certainly a mantelpiece, I'd say, for the both of us.
Can you tell me a little bit about how this incredible cast came together?
The jumping off point for everything for this film was, getting Julio on board. Julio Cesar Cedillo, who plays Sergio in the film. And he's from Durango, Mexico, but lives in Fort Worth. I live in Dallas. The movie was shot in Dallas. He gave me everything. I mean, the world opened up. He helped me bring on Jairo Medina, who he was working with in Narcos Mexico season 2. He also brought on Richard Jackson, who was in No Country for Old Men and The Leftovers and all these like amazing projects. But that was Julio. I'll be grateful to him for the rest of my life.
What do you think makes filming in Texas different from other places?
I find that the Texas filmmaking community, specifically the North Texas filmmaking community, is very giving. And there's a very proud and robust scene of filmmakers that are proud of the fact that they haven't made the move out here or out there. Like for me, I want nothing more, truly. And I always tell people this, I want nothing more than to be a Texan-Mexican-American filmmaker and to go, stunt on the Europeans in Venice and Berlin and Cannes. Those are the spaces I want to play in, but as a Texan. The crew, the lifeblood of the crew is Texan, and it's diverse all across the board. And I'm very happy that, in the case of Manos, over 50% of my crew were women. They were women of color, and it was a very diverse set, and that's been the case for all my movies. So that's important to me, and I think Texas has a diverse workforce of filmmakers.
Where can viewers see Manos de Oro?
Manos de Oro was acquired by Argo. It's a short film platform, so people can stream it globally on Argo's platform. Shoot me a message. I'm pretty accessible on social media, Manos de Oro Films. If you do watch it, tag us. You can tag me at Merced Elizondo. And just let me know your thoughts. I really want to know what people think. Check them out on Argo.
What's next for you?
I made 3 shorts, and I'm at long last. I felt like I built up enough muscle mass to make this very personal, passionate, devastating short film, and leverage that to get a feature film off the ground and start my career in feature filmmaking, and then possibly jump into TV, and keep doing commercials. But in the immediate, that's what's next. That hopefully I get to shoot at the end of this year or early next year. It's called The Morning Of.
I look forward to seeing The Morning Of and following your career. Merced, thank you so much for joining us today. And thank you for making your films here in Texas.
Thank you, and the Texas Film Commission for having me. I'm so blessed and lucky to be able to make films here in Texas, and we'll continue to do so. So thank you, guys.